Send a maniac to catch a maniac.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Flicks and Pixels. I am Dave, and thank you so much for checking out today's video. Right, so the unboxing and review that I've got for you today is a film that is long overdue, a 4K release. People have been calling for this to be released on the 4K format for years, and we finally got it, and it's been released by Arrow Video. And I think if people were being really honest with themselves, if they could have picked a boutique label to take control of this release, I think a lot of people would have said and chosen Arrow Video to do it. And that's exactly what we've got. Arrow Video have done the release of this film. It is an absolute classic. It is an action classic from the 90s. It stars Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And of course, that film is Demolition Man. And I'm going to take you through an unboxing of this collector's edition from Arrow in just a second. But Demolition Man is one of my favourite Sylvester Stallone films. It is just an action-packed movie from start to finish. Wesley Snipes is also excellent in this, as is Sandra Bullock. This was probably the film that kind of launched Sandra Bullock's career, and it's a great film, it really is. This followed on from Cliffhanger, which was another fantastic film from Sylvester Stallone, and Cliffhanger kind of came at a time where Stallone's career was kind of in a bit of a dip, and he did Cliffhanger. It was a great success, and then it was followed by Demolition Man as well. Now, people have been wanting this released on 4K for a very long time. It has been released on Blu-ray before. It's been released on DVD and VHS, and I think it may have had a Laserdisc release, but I'm not 100% sure on that. On Blu-ray, it came in various different editions. I think HMV released a Steelbook kind of box edition a few years ago, and it's got its standalone release, of course, and I have it in this Stallone collection on Blu-ray. And in this, you've got Cobra, Assassins, Tango and Cash, The Specialist, and of course Demolition Man as well. But this set has probably been available for it's got to be over 10 years now, I think. It's a great set. It's still available as well. I think it's roughly about 12 or 13 pounds, depending on where you get it from. But yeah, that's a great set. It really is. And the Demolition Man Blu-ray wasn't too bad, actually. It was actually a really good transfer, in my opinion. I know it had a lot of criticism. Probably a little bit oversaturated at times on that Blu-ray, but overall, the Blu-ray was really good. So I've got kind of like, well, I had high expectations for this release, most anticipated release of the year probably. So what I'm going to do today, guys, I'm going to take you through an unboxing of this collector's edition of Demolition Man, and then we're going to bring it back up top, and I'm going to talk about the 4K transfer, and I'm going to talk about the edition itself as well. So, are you ready? Come on, let's go and have a look. Okay, so here we go with Demolition Man on 4K. And as you can see, first and foremost, we have that classic Demolition Man artwork. I'm really pleased that Arrow have decided to go with this. Now, this edition is a little bit different to what we're familiar with from Arrow releases. They usually do like a J card, but this is actually a slipcover. So I'll take you through this now. So at the top, you've got Stallone, Snipes, you've got Demolition Man just there. And then underneath it says the future isn't big enough for the both of them. Got your Arrow logo, and then this age rating here is not a sticker, so it does not come off. So that is the front artwork. Then you've got the top there, you've got the bottom, you have the spine, and then you do have the other spine, which is identical to that as well. So you've got Demolition Man there, Arrow logo, the Warner Brothers logo as well. Bring it round to the back, and just like all the other Arrow releases, you do get a little bit of a synopsis on the film, and then you get all the details of 4K restoration and a list of your bonus features. So yeah, as I said, this is a slipcover, so we will just take this off, pop this to one side for a second. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't like this. Don't like that artwork. Just, I don't know, it's a bit... It's newly commissioned. Not quite sure who commissioned it, to be honest. But I'm not a fan of that. I'm sure it's probably got its fans, but I don't like it, personally. It actually makes me glad that it comes in this slipcover with that original artwork on there. So that is the front of the rigid hard case inside the slipcover. Nothing on the spine of that. And then on the back, you've got the SAPD badge with Be Well at the bottom. Now, why didn't I put that here? Picture of the badge, bit of spot glossing on there, or maybe like you see the sparks that are flying. You got the sparks that are flying around here. Have the badge on the front, have this badge on the front, a more detailed badge, spot glossing on that, and then spot glossing on these sparks, and then the Demolition Man sort of title in, again, a spot gloss like silver or something. That would have been so much better. But, I don't know. I don't like that, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on. So we get everything out of here. And as I said, in typical Arrow fashion, it is a hard rigid case. Okay, so we will pop that to one side and then we'll bring in the first thing that we get, which is a booklet. And then you've got the morality violation ticket on the front of that. That's pretty cool. And then nothing on the back. And this is a book of kind of like some notes on the film, the cast, some stills from Demolition Man as well. It's a really, really good quality book, actually. And there's quite a lot of pages. It is quite a thick book. Quite a lot of insight into the film, the production, what went into it. As I say, some about the cast as well. So, yeah, some great stills from the film as well, which is really good. But yeah, that, as I say, look, you can see how thick that book is. That's pretty thick. And as I say, great stuff in here. Great shots from the film as well. So that is the book that you get with it. You also get 2 strips of stickers. One that says Life is Hell, which is, of course, is the Edgar Friendly graffiti. And then, of course, you get the 3 seashells as well, which is what they use in the film to wipe their arses. Because toilet paper doesn't exist, apparently, in the future. Pop that to one side, and then you do get a very nice, good quality poster. And this is double-sided. I just can get this into shot. As you can see there, that is the original artwork. Really good quality poster. And then on the reverse side is that terrible newly commissioned artwork. I'm not sure who's going to put that side on display. Let me know in the comments if you will, but me personally, if I was going to put this on display, this is the one I'd go for. But yeah, an excellent quality poster, as always, from Arrow. That is very nice indeed. Pop that to one side, and then we'll bring in the 4K itself. And again, the original artwork from Demolition Man. Much like the slipcover, Stallone Snipes at the top, Demolition Man just there. Bring it round to the spine. You've got Demolition Man and the Arrow logo on there. And again, just like the slipcover, you have got a synopsis of the film and a little bit about the restoration, some tech specs, and your bonus features. So if we open this up, you are greeted with your 4K disc, and then you get some extra goodies in here. So we will just pop this to one side for a second. You do get some postcards, still images from the film. Again, good quality cards. Not too flimsy at all. They're not a gloss finish on these, it is kind of like a matte finish. But they are pretty good quality all the same. And there we go. The obligatory, pointless arrow leaflet just included in there. We don't need that. Okay. So yeah, those are the postcards from the film. And then if you just flip them over, they have all got poster art on the back, which is great. So there we go, guys. Let's do a recap then. So you do get your 4K, which has got the disc inside. It hasn't got a Blu-ray, just comes with a 4K. So we do get that. We get the postcards. We get the poster, which is double-sided. We also get the 2 strips of stickers. We get that really nice booklet, the rigid hard case, and of course the slip cover as well. So there we go then, guys. That is Demolition Man on 4K from Arrow Video. Let's go back up top and let's talk about it. Okay, so we are back up top with Demolition Man on 4K in this collector's edition from Arrow Video. Now, one of the things that I didn't mention in the unboxing video is, in fact, let me just get it out for you so I can show you. So the 4K that you get in that edition, you can reverse the sleeve in here, and you can reverse it to this artwork, so you can have this artwork on this here. As I said in the unboxing video, why not have this badge right on the front of here, but don't have it like a really like dull sort of image like on there. Just have it like spot glossed on the front, spot glossed on the front there, with some spot glossing on the sparks, some spot glossing on the Demolition Man here in like a silver, basically what it is on there. So have that silver on the Demolition Man there. Still keep the background colour if you want, but have that silver on the Demolition Man and have that SAPD badge there. Really nice detailed spot gloss picture of the badge, and then have some spot glossing on the sparks. I kind of like what they did with you know, the Twister collector's edition. I did an unboxing for that. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link in the description to that. But the spot glossing on the Twister one, the rain on the front was spot gloss, so when you moved it into the light, it actually looked like it was raining on the slip box. It looked great. They could have done that with this, but I think they've kind of saved the release by putting this slipcover on there with the original artwork, in my opinion. I just don't like this newly commissioned artwork, and it's just really dull. It really is. I just don't like it. I mean, what do you think out there? Do you like that newly commissioned artwork? Will you be flipping that sleeve in there? Because I certainly won't. I think there's so much more they could have done with that rigid hard case. I've already given my thoughts on what I'd have done with it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like that, or would you change it? What would you change it to? I just think it's a real good job that they've got that slipcover on there, because everyone loves some original artwork, and everyone loves new artwork as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like against some new artwork, but it's just got to be good. It's just got to be good artwork. And I'm sorry, but I'll say it again, I don't think that's very good. I really don't. It could have been so much better. So it's just a blessing really that we've got that original artwork on this slip. But overall, I'm really happy with the edition. It's a really nice box set overall. Just that artwork on that rigid hard case, just not a fan of it. But yeah, onto the 4K transfer then, and what can I say? I'm going to start with this is a really good 4K disc. It's a really good 4K disc, okay? The detail is good. There are certain parts in this transfer where the detail isn't as present as it probably could be, but I put that down to the original source because I did put this Blu-ray on as well to kind of do a bit of a comparison. And actually, this Blu-ray holds up really well, I've got to be honest. It's been a long time since I watched this Blu-ray, so I kind of wanted to refresh my memory. I do remember it being a pretty good Blu-ray overall, and as I said earlier in the video, probably a little bit oversaturated in certain areas, but you can, just adjust your colour on your TV or something. The 4K, it's a good 4K transfer on this. There are some soft shots. I think it's from the original source. I was a bit disappointed with the Dolby Vision on here, I'm going to be honest. And for the people that are asking as well, because I do get asked this a lot, the TV that I've got is an LG 65-inch G4 OLED, and the 4K player that I use is a Panasonic UB820. That's the TV and the player that I use. The Dolby Vision on this, I didn't think looked as good as HDR, to be honest. And kind of what really stood out for me was, it was the start of the film. So at the start of the film, you've kind of got that sign on fire and it's kind of zooming in and everything. And you get some like ambulances and basically some vehicles with like red sirens coming along. The HDR, those sirens looked brighter. They stood out more than they did on the Dolby Vision. I think this film, Demolition Man on 4K, looks better in HDR than it does on Dolby Vision. That's just my opinion. In terms of the transfer itself, as I said earlier, there are some soft shots in there, but I think that's from, as I say, the original source. The detail is really good on this. It is really good at times. And the HDR does add, excuse me, a little bit of punch to certain scenes in the film, especially the vibrant colours that are in this. Your scenes with your flashing lights, your flames, your neon signs and things like that. Is it the greatest HDR that I've ever seen? No. Is this the greatest 4K transfer I've ever seen? No. As I say, it's a good 4K transfer, but I felt like it could have been better. And maybe I had high expectations because I was waiting so long for this film to release on 4K, as was everybody. Maybe I expected too much from this on 4K. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. And I'm going to stress this again. This is only my opinion, okay? I'm not a calibrator. I've said this before, I'm not a TV calibrator. I'm not a pixel expert or anything like that. I tell you what I see. I give an opinion on what I see and how I see it. It's going to be very different from everybody else's out there. Now I'm going to say it again, this is not a bad 4K transfer. It is a good 4K transfer, but I expected more, and I expected more of a step up from the Blu-ray to this. Now there are differences. There is definitely an increase in detail on this 4K, but comparing the Blu-ray to the 4K, the jump isn't as big as you would think. And I think the biggest difference is probably the colour grading. As I say, the Blu-ray was probably at times a little bit oversaturated. I think the colour grading's been adjusted a little bit for this 4K, and the HDR, it does stand out, but is it the most amazing HDR I've ever seen? No. I've seen much better, and I've seen much worse as well. So the 4K transfer on this is good. The HDR on this is good. The Dolby Vision I wasn't as keen on compared to the HDR. But if you're looking to upgrade to Demolition Man from the Blu-ray, if you want the all singing, all dancing definitive edition of Demolition Man, this is it, without a doubt, okay? But if you're looking to upgrade from that Blu-ray to the 4K, it's probably not going to be the jump that you would expect. It's a good 4K transfer. Is it the best 4K transfer you will ever see? No. Is it the best HDR implementation you will ever see? No. Is HDR still good? Yeah. Dolby Vision, again, I think leaves a lot to be desired, but that's only my opinion. Usually I can't really tell a difference between Dolby Vision and HDR. The differences are so subtle, but I actually noticed it straight away with this, with those sirens at the beginning. It's not a massive difference, but it's certainly noticeable, I think. And the thing is with Dolby Vision, you don't have that customization for the luminance on the HDR elements of the film. Everything is kind of shut off, so you have no kind of customization to make it look how you want to make it look. But overall, I am happy with the Demolition Man release. I think my expectations were so high, I think I expected a little bit more from this transfer. And I will reiterate again, this is a good 4K transfer. Is it a huge upgrade from the Blu-ray? No, I don't think so. It is a slight step up in many ways. Clarity, detail, the colour grading is probably more accurate. But it isn't the massive jump that you would expect it to be honest, which is probably testament to that Blu-ray, in all fairness. But overall, I think this edition for 30 quid, everything you get in there is great quality. The shitty artwork inside, you know, as an exception, I can kind of live with that. It's not a deal breaker. It's just not I just don't like that new artwork inside there. I'm just not a fan of it. But overall, I'm really happy, and it is a good 4K disc. So, as controversial as that may be, I want to hear your comments. What do you think of Demolition Man on 4K? I've been watching to be honest with you, I've been watching some videos of people saying that, you know, this is one of the best 4K transfers of the year, and I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's a good 4K disc. It's a good 4K disc. Is it one of the best of the year? I don't think so. No. Which is disappointing, because I really wanted it to be. I wanted that to be my number one of 2024. Yeah, I don't... Again, it's subjective, isn't it? This is only my opinion. I'm just giving my opinion on this transfer, this film. The film's amazing, and this edition is really good, and the 4K transfer is really good. I just think it could have been better. There we go. I can't say any more than that. So that is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for checking the video out, and if you did like the video today, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would consider subscribing to the channel as well, that would really help me out. And leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Demolition Man on 4K. Are you going to be upgrading? If you've already got the Blu-ray and you're upgrading and you want the definitive edition, yeah, get this without a doubt, because you don't get the Blu-ray in here anyway. It is just a 4K edition, so you know, you're not going to be duplicating a Blu-ray or anything like that. You know, you still keep your Blu-ray. But if you're holding out for a standard edition of this, they may release one. I don't know, but we shall see. I'm sure they will. Arrow Video usually do anyway. So again, as always, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and hopefully I will see you again on my next video. Until then, take care.